evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wednesday edition of Game, a sport talk show with Samuel Lex and YK. This is a place where we'll give you everything that is happening in the world of sports. My name is Oguntono Mayawa, popularly known as Samuel. As you can see on the screen, joining me on the show is the dreaded man. He's a regular on the show as always. Let's continue. Lex, how are you doing?
Bro, I'm fine.
Wow.
I'm fine.
Wow.
Very well, thank God.
Wow. What is your what I want to ask a question. What's your take about yesterday's wedding between Davido and Chioma?
Now my wedding, everything concern me and take for person wedding again.
You know, it was a glamorous wedding.
That does not mean I have to take. That's true, but that does not mean I have a take with their wedding.
No, I don't. I just okay. Let's just say, assuming you are the one in that position, how would you feel yesterday?
I can't be in that position. I'm not even looking forward to a big wedding. I want to have a very tiny, very few people. So I can't.
So you don't want dignitaries in your wedding on your wedding day?
Nah, I don't want. I don't want.
But you invite family now. I like it.
You are a dignitary. That's a dignitary.
Fantastic.
I prefer Lucky actually. I prefer Lucky.
No problem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as always, this is a show. It's an interesting show as always. You understand, all right? But let's before we go on that short break, as always, as usual, I want to ask a question. Quickly, want to ask a question. I saw something on the internet, Twitter to be precise. You understand? I saw a guy tweeted that he tweeted about Nigerian players. Okay, he said in his tweet, he said start 2, bench 2, and he used the word trash, but I think that word is very harsh. Because me, I want to use don't invite 2. Now I'm going to give you those 6 players, okay? I'll give you those 6 players, okay? Rashidi Yekini, number 1. Victor Osimhen, number 2. Obafemi Martin, Yasin Odion Igalo, and Emmanuel Milike. So I'm throwing the question to you. Who are you going to start? Who are you going to bench? And who are you going to
Yekini and Osimhen, they are starting. Obafemi Martins and Odion Igalo, they are going to be on the bench. Emenike and especially Yakubu Ayegbe, they are getting trashed. I don't care. Yakubu Ayegbe, because of just one.
Let me make a case for Yakubu Ayegbe. You know,
let me make a case for Yakubu for me.
He's one of the top scorers in the EPL. You agree with me, okay? And he has done well for Nigeria, as far as I'm concerned. So don't.
I don't have to agree. I don't have to agree. The point is, I'm trashing Yakubu for just one thing.
Why?
It's me against Greece, and that's it. So if you get out.
Wow. So a lot of Nigerians, I noticed.
He missed that goal, and he was smiling. What was funny? What was funny to that man? What was funny exactly? So whatever
I was about to say that. I was about to say that because a lot of Nigerians, even up to this moment, did not forget, you know, that incident.
How did you forget that dreadful news?
You said?
How do you forget that dreadful news? You can't. It was too important. It was too important a goal for him to have missed it, and you are smiling.
But you know that a lot of players like that, top players like that, have missed such chances. Like,
and they're smiling.
All right, that's for you. Okay, and for me, I'm starting Rashidi Yekini. I'm starting Rashidi Yekini. Due to the love I have for Obafemi Martins, I love Obafemi. In fact, my first club before supporting Chelsea, I started supporting Inter Milan way back 2000. I'm telling you, Obafemi Martins makes me to support Inter Milan. I started supporting Chelsea 2004, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2004, I started supporting Chelsea. But Inter Milan has been my club from the year 2001, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, year 2001, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm starting Obafemi Martins and Rashidi Yekini. Odion Igalo and Victor Osimhen will be on bench. So why Emmanuel Miniki and Yakuba Egbeni? Yakuba Egbeni, well, he's a fantastic player.
I don't care who you start or who you bench. As far as Yakuba Egbeni is.
They can try another day, okay? Yakuba Egbeni can try another day.
As far as he can try.
You said?
As far as he's not starting, he's not in the team at all. He's not getting invited.
So we can still invite him another day now.
No, there is no other day. You should get out.
Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be an interesting show as always. Okay, we are going to go on that short break right about now. When we come back, Game of Games continue. Don't go nowhere.
Jonas Concept. At Jonas Concept, we are expert in installation of steelwork, cardboard, car cover, collapsible, automated reversion tap, panel mesh, handrail, and flower pot spray. You can contact us on this following number: 290-5734-9791, or follow us on YouTube or subscribe to our YouTube at Jonas Concept. Jonas Concept, expert in installation of steelwork.
Welcome back from that short break. This is Game of Games, a talk sport show with Samuel Lex and YK. Before we go on that short break, we didn't give you the talking points for today's show. We'll be talking about on today's show. I beg your pardon. We'll be discussing about the English players. We'll be rating them their match against Slovenia. We'll also be talking about the French players. I mean the France players. We'll be talking about them again. We'll be discussing each player's performances against Poland, and finally we'll be talking about a little bit about transfers. Okay, so these are the talking points. But before we talk about the talking points for today's program, I quickly want to give to us the news that broke out this afternoon in the world of boxing. In the world of boxing, Alexander Usyk, I beg your pardon, has backed out from the IBF tournament, the IBF heavyweight tournament. The reason is that he's preparing for the rematch against Tyson Fury, and as we all know, he fought Tyson Fury 2 months ago. He fought Tyson Fury and defeated Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury is calling for the rematch. He wants to, and he's preparing to defend his belt. You understand? So presently, the IBF belt in heavyweight distribution is presently available. It's available for whoever who wants to take the belt. And guess what? The IBF have fixed a match against from a match, I beg your pardon, between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. So the IBF have fixed a match between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. So, and the match will be officially announced later today. Will be officially announced. They will fix the match September 12th of this year, September 12th. The venue is the London Wembley Stadium. The London Wembley Stadium. So this is the news that broke out this afternoon in the world of boxing. All right, let's get down to business, okay? Let's talk about the English players. Let's talk about the English players. All right. But before I talk about the English players, I quickly want to give you the starting lineup of the English team against Slovenia. Okay. The goalkeeper Pickford as usual. You understand? Kai Walker for the defender. Kai Walker, John Stones, Maguire, and Kieran Trippier. From the midfield, Declan Rice, Conor Gallagher. He starts Conor Gallagher this time, and Jude Bellingham. Okay, from the attack line, Bukayo Saka, Phil Foden, and Ali Kane. To me, I want to say that I think the manager Gareth Southgate, he hasn't gotten his tactics right. You understand? To me, that's to me, as far as I'm concerned, my own thoughts. He hasn't gotten his tactics right. To me, I want to believe as a manager, if you use a formation in your first game and it didn't work for you, you try that same formation. You try that same formation the second game, it did not work. I'm expecting you to switch formation, switch players. You understand? I'm expecting you to switch formation, switch players, and try some other tactics that can work for you. Of course, you try it during the training section and bring it down to the main match. You understand? But I found out that he's using the same tactics, the same formation. The only thing that changes in that Slovenia match is he starts Conor Gallagher ahead of Trent Alexander-Arnold. You understand? So what did you think is wrong with the English team, Lex?
First of all, I think we've seen England play 3 games, and in those 3 games, they've been very underwhelming. It's very underwhelming. They promised so much and they're delivering so little. That's number one. That can boil down to a few factors. Either the players, the coaching, the tactics and formation, or they're actually not as promising as we thought they were.
Yeah.
Either of the 3. But I want to go with tactics, formation, and personnel, and that will solely be the fault of the coaching crew.
Okay.
Fine. For a team that has, we cannot say these players are not promising. We cannot say these players are not good enough, because we've seen them do wonders in their club side. They've done really well. People like Cole Palmer, like Gordon, like Arnold, Declan Rice. We've seen Kai Walker, Jordan Pickford,
yes,
Ali Kane, Saka, Foden. We've seen these players have done amazingly for their club side, right? And then they all gather them at the countryside, and they are beginning to underperform. That can only boil down to one thing: the coaching crew. And this is why I'm saying it. First of all, England legends. First of all, I want to berate England media, England legends, and all of that. They are not doing what they are supposed to be doing for that team. They picked a scapegoat even before the tournament started. They picked a scapegoat, and it doesn't matter what the scapegoat does, he's going to remain the scapegoat, and that was Alexander Arnold. Arnold was just there to start as a midfielder or to play as a midfielder in this competition, and every England legend, they did not have anything good to say about that decision or about the player. All they had to say was, oh, they are going to get denigrated, they are going to do this and that and this. And when the competition started and everybody was playing their part, they did not change their initial stand. Despite the fact that Arnold was the most creative midfielder. Was the most creative person from the midfield for England in the 2 games that he played. In the 129 minutes that he played, he was the most creative. He was the most what they already agreed they were going to say about him. The outcome not change anything about him, which is quite disheartening in my opinion. Now, the whole thing, because of the kind of formation, the kind of tactics that they are playing, the whole team has been underwhelming. Even Bellingham, who was a shining light in a Madrid team, has not played that kind of football that we knew he can play in this tournament. So why are you picking a player? Why are you trying to pick apart a player and then making the scapegoat in a team where everybody is underplaying, where everybody is every performance underwhelming? That is sick. That is disturbing, especially from people who are supposed to be supporting their team, their country to do well in this kind of competition. Now that's number one. Number two, I think what's it called? Gareth Southgate is a coward. He does not particularly know what he wants to do with that team, and he should be sacked. That is what I think. And the reason is this: you have this number of players, very fantastic players, within your display. You don't know how you want to use them. You are playing an Alexander Arnold who has a range of passes under his belt for attackers who can pass and who can run behind the players. But no, you are using a Bukayo Saka to complement an Alexander Arnold who plays a different kind of football. Now, what this means is, first, you did not instill your kind of football in this player. That's number one. Number two, you can't even play to players' strength. You don't understand these players to play to their strength. If you want to start, if your decision is to start a person like Alexander Arnold, then you need a Jarrod Bowen. You need a Palmer who can run behind defenders, who can make those runs that will make a Alexander Arnold function well. You can't be playing Alexander Arnold and a Phil Foden who will come and would want the football to be played, to be passed to his feet. Yeah. And a Jarrod Bowen who will want to run behind the players and collect the ball on the run. You can't be combining players like that. If Alexander Arnold does not fit the kind of football you want to play, drop in and use players who fit the kind of football you want to play. But
I agree with you.
You need to understand what you want to play and players who can deliver it for you. You can't be putting square pegs. You know, before this competition started, we talked about square pegs and round holes. That's exactly what we are seeing. And it's disturbing to see players who can actually do fantastically well, playing, underplaying and underperforming. And it's solely because of the coaching crew. It's very disturbing. But the reason I called him a coward is because the media was complaining, was picking apart Alexander Arnold. You decided this is the person you want to use. You decided to cower. You decided to cower into pressure, and you dropped Alexander Arnold for Conor Gallagher. And I can tell you categorically that there is no position on the pitch that Conor Gallagher can outplay Alexander Arnold. I can tell you that there is no position on the pitch, either as a winger, as a midfielder, as a defender, as a goalkeeper, as a striker. Conor Gallagher cannot outplay Alexander Arnold. And that is the truth. But because your media, your legends are complaining, you decided to drop him. It means you, to begin with, you don't know what you wanted to do with that team.
Without him.
Yes. It's obvious. And I honestly think he should be sacked. This so that their matter will not now be like the Belgium golden era. That's no longer golden now. It's no longer going now. And it's because they were not managed well enough. This England is going to go down with all the plethora of stars and talents that they have. They are going to go down, if not well managed. They are going to go down as the biggest disappointment. Not even the era of Paul Scholes, Steven Gerrard, and Frank Lampard can compare. Not even that era can compare. This era promises a lot, and they are delivering so little. They are delivering so little. Slovenia, and you cannot win Slovenia. It's disappointing, honestly. It's very disappointing. And I wish after this tournament he's sacked.
Like what Lex said. He said he wished Southgate is sacked after this tournament. Lex, before we move to the next talking point, okay? I could see the listeners or the viewers will not forgive us if we didn't discuss about this, okay? Looking at the forward line of the English team, you will see Bukayo Saka, who has been fantastic for Arsenal this season. You will see Phil Foden. You know, Phil Foden is the best player in the EPL this season. And you will see Harry Kane, who has been very, very exceptional for Bayern, the highest goal scorer. Now let's go to the midfield. The best player in La Liga, in Real Madrid, Jude Bellingham, very, very fantastic. Now I watched the match interview, the fans, their interview after Slovenia. They were so furious. I don't think maybe you've seen that. They were so angry. If you see the way they are talking to their players, the way they are talking to, I don't want to mention the words they are using on the show. It's very, very is a very, very heavy word. I don't want to talk about that. But looking at those fantastic players I called out, are we saying that it is the fault of the manager? Okay, if the manager is even doing mistakes, at least I expect you guys to pull up your A game for you to help the team. What's your take about that, Lex?
Well, that's one thing. Another thing is to know that, see, we cannot completely put this on the players. I agree players are supposed to pull up their socks and get the job done. I agree. Yeah. But how many times do you think they can actually pull up their socks and get the job done if there is no direction from the director? The coaching crew is the director of that team.
I know.
If they are not telling them, they are not matching the players well. If they are not telling them what to do and how to do it, what is expected of them, then it means that this whole and I know Gareth Southgate watches a lot of matches. He goes to Bundesliga, goes to this, goes to that. He gets VIP to attend matches, and this is what he's giving for after the whole season. It's disappointing, honestly. Yes, we can blame the player. Okay, there are situations where you can't be in front of goal as an Harry Kane. You can't be in front of goal and then you will not put the ball inside the net and then we will blame the coach. No, that's not possible. But what about their second game where Harry Kane only had 2 touches in the whole of first half?
You are right.
So is he supposed to be fabricating ball, or you should, when he's not seeing the ball, you should go outside and go and pick another ball and put it inside the net? No. No. It is the system that is not working. The system is not working, not the players. The players, of course, they have their own. But if the system is not working, is not favoring the players, then there's little the players can do. The system needs to be backed. And starting with the manager, it is backed.
You are right. Fantastic. Well, the English media, the English fans, they are calling for the end of of Gareth Southgate after this competition. Well, let's see what the FA,
The English media, the English media is also they are also culprits in this.
I know.
Honestly, I saw a news talking about the Slovenia match, and guess who the main picture was? Alexander Arnold. Someone who played how many minutes? Less than 15 minutes. He played less than 15 minutes in that match, and it was the picture they used. So, can you see what they are doing to their own players?
I know.
What they are doing to their own players. It's infuriating. It's annoying. That is what they are doing. They are picking a play when the whole team has been underwhelming. They are picking a player to pick apart. No, it's not done like that.
It's not done. Well, let's see what will happen after this competition. Okay, let's see what will happen after this competition. We only have few minutes to go, but we'll talk about the French team. Wow, we need a lot. We need sponsors to go for an hour. This 30 minutes is not. It's not enough for us. Like seriously, it's not enough. Okay, let's quickly go to the next talking point. Let's talk about the French players. Okay, they played against Poland on yesterday. I beg your pardon. They played against Poland and they are very, very underwhelming yesterday. Despite the fact that the Kylian Mbappe started that match, you know, they are very, very underwhelming. But before we digest on the talking point, let me quickly give you the starting lineup. Okay, from the goalkeeper Mike Magnan. Okay, Mike Magnan, defender Juskunde, Upamecano, Saliba, and Theo Hernandez. Midfield N'Golo Kante, Tchouaméni, and Rabiot. And from the forward line, Dembele, Mbappe, and Barcola. All right. Okay. I saw a post after that match. Okay, yesterday I saw a post, Flex, and someone said the manager shouldn't have in that post. I beg your pardon. Someone said that the manager shouldn't have removed N'Golo Kante. You understand? Now, someone said to him that N'Golo Kante is not really performing, and he responded to that person that N'Golo Kante will know what he can do. Even if N'Golo Kante is not playing anything at all, he can still mark, he can still make some tackles, he can still create chances, he can still make some runs in the midfield. Now, I'm throwing that question to you. Are we going to say that removing N'Golo Kante in that midfield or in that match that day makes the French team to not to win the match? I'm throwing that question to you.
You see, their second match of the competition, N'Golo Kante was the man of the match.
Yes.
He was the man of the match. It means that however we want to see it, N'Golo Kante is still very influential on that team, and is still a very influential player. So, correct or not, N'Golo Kante still remains very important. And yes, his absence caused them that match. His absence might have caused them that match. But that should not be the way to go. Like we said, some players are very important that it doesn't matter when they are absent, the absence is felt. But for a French team, I don't think any player should be that indispensable, especially not a player who has been absent from the national team for a while.
For a while, exactly.
To the team, that's disturbing. And apparently, his absence after he went out, it became a problem for the French team, and they couldn't.
Hmm. Fantastic, fantastic. But let's talk about Kylian Mbappe. Okay, as we all know, Kylian Mbappe is the star man of the French team. You understand? He did not play. He didn't play the second match due to the injury he had in their previous game before the second match. Okay, but he played yesterday, and to me, Kylian Mbappe played very well. He tried all his best, but he lost like two clear-cut chances that he should have buried against Poland. You understand? Two clear-cut chances that I personally I saw it in myself. I saw it yesterday. I was like, Mbappe, this is not like you now. You should have buried this one. Are we going to say Mbappe didn't bring up his A game? I mean, losing all those chances makes them to draw that match yesterday. Of course, we are going to say that, but talking about Kylian Mbappe, talking about him, are we going to say in their coming game he should pull up his A game?
Definitely. The team is not performing well, and the star man is not delivering. Then definitely he has to sit up and get his game together. Now, like I said earlier about that thing, we can't excuse an attacker or a striker who is in front of goal and loses the goal. We can't excuse them. It is their job. See, the truth is, the coach can go all out and do formation and do all this and do all that. If the ball does not go inside the net, then all those formation and tactics, they are useless. They go out of the window. And that's right. Now, you could have a very wonderful formation. I will use Liverpool as an example. Liverpool created plethora of chances last season, but the attackers kept throwing those chances away. Mohamed Salah, Darwin Núñez, all of them, they kept throwing those chances away, and it tells at the end of the season with what Liverpool was able to achieve. They achieved lower than they promised to achieve. Now, that is the same thing with someone like Kylian Mbappe or Dembele. You are a striker or you are an attacker. When the ball goes round and round and round and gets to you, that is where individual brilliance comes in. When the ball gets to you as an attacker, put the damn ball inside the net. That is what we want to see. Anything other than that, you are underperforming. And that is what is happening with Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe cannot afford, if France is supposed to do well in this competition, Mbappe cannot afford not to bring his A game. And it was evident in their last game. He cannot afford not to bring his A game. He has to, after this game, he has to sit down, check his clips again, and must improve, because he's their star of that thing. He has no excuse.
All right. All right. Absolutely. He has no excuse. We only have like a minute to end the show. But before we go as always, let me quickly read out the news. We may not talk about it like that. We may not digest about the transfers. Okay, let me just quickly read out the news. Okay, Martin is set to complete Aston Villa move on 6-year deal. Martin of Chelsea is yet to complete an Aston Villa deal. He is going to sign a 6-year deal with Aston Villa. I don't want Chelsea to. He's a very prominent player, you understand? But well, Chelsea needs money. They need to sell players, you understand? So he's going to Aston Villa to sign a 6-year deal. Okay, Crystal Palace eye surprise move for Bellingham. You will ask me that which Bellingham? That's Jude Bellingham, the junior brother of Jude Bellingham. They are hiring Jude
How is it the
Bellingham.
surprise move?
You said?
How is it the surprise move?
Yeah. You know, that's what the headline are saying. That is the surprise move. And guess what? Yes, I watched that match. That Joe Bellingham. I watched his some of his matches in championship last season. The guy is in fact he's a fantastic player. He's a fantastic player. I must see that. But don't let us talk about that because our time is fast spent. Okay, Mourinho could allow Dzeko to leave Fenerbahce, as we all know that Edin Dzeko is playing for Fenerbahce. So Mourinho is contemplating maybe he's going to leave Fenerbahce or not. Chelsea inquires about Newcastle Alexander Isak. Chelsea. They don't. In fact, that team, I don't even know the way they do that team. They want to sign Isak. They want to sign Osimhen. Oh, Chelsea. Well, the management they are confused. You understand? But well, that will make me not to stop supporting Chelsea. I'm a Chelsea fan for life. I'm an Inter Milan fan for life. and finally, Andrea Natali signed for Bayer Leverkusen. He's a young and prominent player, and he has put a pen to paper in Bayern Munich. Okay, Bayern Leverkusen. I beg your pardon. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the size of today's show. That's the size of today's show on Game of Game, a sports talk show with Samuel Lex and YK. As you all know, we want you to keep supporting us. We want you to keep following us on all our social media platforms. Give your comments. We are here to reply you. Lex is there to reply you. YK is there to reply you. And I am here to reply you. And by the way, YK is not on the show today. He's unavoidably absent. Unavoidably.
Yeah, true.
So, let's hope he joins us on Friday. Until we see you again on Friday by his grace. Stay blessed. Don't drink and drive. God bless you all. God bless Nigeria. Bye bye.